What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So as you guys know, 2 videos ago, the car broke down leaving Hunt's house after our little detail session that we had. Do I know why? Not exactly. That's kind of why I'm making this video. You know, you guys definitely have a much better idea than I would. You know, I'm no mechanic. I just love these cars, and normally when something breaks, I just learn how to fix it. But I think I've done everything that is pretty self-explanatory and the thing that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, I'll kind of just explain to you what I replaced already, what has been replaced, some ideas I have, and yeah. All right, guys, so just starting our way towards the heads here. So intake, new. I just cleaned the filter once I took it off again. I did a brand new MAF sensor from, I think it's like Duralast or whatever from AutoZone. I cleaned the sensor housing. Coming up here, I checked the throttle body. The throttle body's intact. I shortened the cable on the actual pedal. New TPS sensor, brand new idle air control valve with a new gasket. So obviously the throttle body's new. Every single one of these vacuum hoses, vacuum lines, top mounted up here, I redid and reclamped. As you can tell, they're really secure. I double checked all of them that I could visibly see. Besides that, I mean, everything else is new. The alternator's new. This is a brand new Ford Performance intake manifold. I mean, literally all these things have less than 1,000 miles on them. Coils are good, new sparks. I just ran Seafoam. You know, maybe it was like clogged injectors. So I just ran Seafoam, and I mean, that didn't change anything either. So I did reset the ECU, you know, just unplugging the negative. I'm doing it again right now. Maybe, I don't know, who knows. The only things I really haven't honestly replaced up here is the EGR, and there is an idle air control valve restrictor plate, which potentially could be the problem because it's obviously getting too much air right now somehow. So then I did go into the car. I had a couple comments for O2 sensors, and I was just checking, and I kid you not, one of the sensors was like completely severed. It either burned somehow or it hit the ground when I scraped and it sliced it in half, but that wasn't even connected. So I went to AutoZone, I got a new O2 sensor. I plugged it in, wiped the code, and like that popping sound in my exhaust like almost completely was eliminated. So I think that was the original problem for that exhaust pop, but whatever, I guess you live and learn. I thought that was going to fix the problem for this, but I guess it fixed the problem for that, so I guess that's good. On the SCT here, I just, you know, I don't have config files running right now. I just have like the typical presets, so we can crank it on one more time. I'm gonna do spark, MAF counts, idle speed valve, injection pressure drop, throttle position, desired idle RPM, fuel pump duty cycle, and then just battery voltage. We'll see what those read. They should read fine. I haven't been having any whack numbers out of this thing. The thing too is the car actually sounds really healthy. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna crank the car. It's gonna shoot initially to about 1,500, but it's just gonna stay there. Even when the oil's, you know, technically circulated, it just stays there. And then if you press the throttle, it rev hangs for probably, I don't know, 5 to 7 seconds, and then it goes back down. But as you can hear in the exhaust note, it does sound really good. Now, I did check fuel trims and everything, and those are fine. The one thing that I think it could be right now, maybe that restrictor plate, I saw some dude saying that it's just getting too much air. You put that plate on there and it could help it, but I don't know anything about that, and I'm thinking that that's not the case. The other case that I'm thinking is maybe, you know, replacing that MAF and that idle air control valve. They were just so banged up from being in the car. Like some of the, like the sensor didn't even have like a spring in it, and the typical idle air control valve, and like the MAF sensor was missing like an actual, like one of those sensor needles. So I wonder if when he was tuning the car, he tuned it to like a bad idle air control valve and MAF. I'm not sure if that's how something works, but that's currently where I'm thinking. You know, again, I don't really want to send it to a shop because that's just a piss load of money for me, and I've already dumped so much money into trying to fix it. But I'm either thinking tune, some kind of vacuum leak that I literally can't see, but I don't think it's that because I've been so religious on, you know, redoing that entire engine bay. The EGR, but it doesn't make sense. I don't think it's the EGR. It's just like the last thing I haven't replaced. Could be a clogged injector. I highly doubt it because I took them out and cleaned them and then cleaned them again with Seafoam. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something's up with the tune. I don't know. Tunes don't change though, so I guess I'm confused. Anyways, I'll show you what it's doing here. So first you could hear it kind of like hiccups to start, and now it's at a pretty constant 1500. It might drop a little bit to about 1400 or 1300. So this is what my numbers are looking like. All looks pretty normal to me. As you guys can tell, the exhaust sounds really good. It just isn't right. A little bit of gas. I've been off the pedal the whole time. I just gave it a little gas. Holds for a couple seconds, goes back to this idle, which is, as you can see, definitely not the desired idle. And kill it. And then, by the way, while we're in the car here, might as well, if you didn't see yesterday's video of the MGW shifter, you're really going to want to check it out. It shifts so well. And it even looks better, and honestly I love this thing already. I mean, I haven't even driven with it yet because the car's been out of commission, but dude, it shifts so crisp. All right guys, so this is going to be the last video that I'm going to be making on, you know, trying to fix the car, unless, you know, maybe bring it up to Mick New and they have to retune it or something. But for now, this is probably going to be the last video I'm going to do on just troubleshooting the vehicle, because I mean, obviously you guys don't really give a shit to see this, and I totally get it. I mean, if I was a viewer, I wouldn't want to just sit here and like watch the thoughts go through this guy's head on why the car is not working and what's wrong with it exactly. But anyways, if you guys have any suggestions or anything in addition to what I've already said, or something that could just, you know, help me. I keep having all these stupid little problems with the car that like end up not being big deals at all, and dude, I just want to drive it, you know what I mean? Especially because, like, oof, it looks so good. All right guys, anyways, little update video, I guess. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Perfect.